grinding cars. I've got a video I got to get out for tomorrow. And what is this? I don't know. Filming in cars is easier than it looks. We'll say that. It's easier than it looks. Like I've shown you guys the full camera setup that I have, the new one, sort of thing. And I can take the videos from that phone, put them on an app that I have on a regular phone. Let's put it this way, rather than explaining it. I can take the videos from that phone, upload it from my phone to the internet. I I can bypass everything. The whole idea behind this channel for me was to keep it simple. To keep it simple. I wanted to bypass as much editing as I could. I wanted to bypass, not just because it keeps it easier for me, but because even with my entire history of editing and photo and journalism and get the real talk in. To get the real talk in. And the camera that we purchased in order to do these videos, some of it works, some of it doesn't. It's actually, I wasn't sure what the camera was doing at the beginning, but it's turning videos into MP4s that I actually have to put on a computer and then have it regurgitate and then upload this from a computer, a laptop, to post these videos on YouTube. Like I do have a whole bunch of videos actually on that camera right now, on the SD card on that camera. And the whole point of this was for me just to bypass all of that and be able to upload this from a phone. Keep it simple, keep it real, keep it on time, keep it. And now after looking at what is going on there, I have a bunch of videos there that I can't. So today I'm making video from my phone just because it's simpler and easier. Filming in cars is not as simple as you think. I'm working off a broken microphone, actually. I have two of them. Both of them have broken. I've actually had to, in my car, by the way, rubber cement the connection that clips it to my hat. This is filming in cars. And you don't think about that. You don't think about that. This is pure behind the scenes production value for those who actually care. My Dodge Hornet is repairing my video studio when you're not watching. For those of you who stuck around and said, hey, simpler is better, and I like this, and the small thing, and dude, I could go the other way and go big production value ish sort of thing and spend. Doesn't really matter. I'm glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're watching and listening this far. Hit a thumbs up if you're not. This year, I threw out a thing, and if you're a regular viewer, you understand what I'm talking about. The road to 1,000 subscribers. I actually don't think that's going to happen. I was thinking this morning on the drive to work, going, it's like maybe 500, but maybe 500 in the next 2 years. I thought I'd throw it out because why not? Why not? I'm an entrepreneur, and why not? If you don't ask, you don't know. So if I ask for 1,000, maybe I will get 500. Maybe if I ask for 500, maybe I'll get 250. Right now, let me look it up. Actually, Ryan Cars, real time. This video's got to get out tomorrow. Pressure's on. Make it happen. YouTube. Switch. And the thing is that how come it's not doing it anymore? What am I doing wrong? The thing is that I haven't checked in here in a while. Oh, I have to. Ooh, there's a new thing. That's right. YouTube got updated over the weekend. I have a new accounts tab I have to press. 196 subscribers. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you very much. Going to the bell notifications. Thank you for the enthusiasm. Why do you stay away from the... Some good questions here. I don't think I should get into this right now. I'm just saying I go through them. I actually went through some of the Hornet comments, the Hornet owners, and I said, "Oh, I should make a video about this." And then I had the whole camera thing happen. I was figuring out that it's an MP4, and people are wondering why, like, I'm taking so long to do this. Designated reply. This is the Hornet owners forum. These are my alerts or whatever you call them. Over the air update. Mine does that exact same thing when listening to music via CarPlay, and it happens with both wired and wireless CarPlay. Ooh. I know what he's talking about because it happens to me all the time. Tried updating phone, nope. Tried forgetting and repairing, nope. Happens enough for me to hit over it, but enough to make it mildly irritating. And yes, what was the... I lost a few custom settings, but not many. Blind spot detection chime. On a side note, anyone experiences issues with CarPlay after updates? I do. I do. Sometimes I had this morning. The phone worked when I left the house. When I got into the office early because I had to go start the bus and get all my paperwork, got back into the car, Bluetooth wouldn't connect. And even when I was pressing all the buttons to make that happen and it was plugged in via the cord as well, not connect, not connect. This is not a Hornet problem. Modern car software stupidity problem. The music pauses a small fraction, yeah, and resumes. Have GT Plus, HK, same car. Happens with both wired and wireless CarPlay. Yes, yes, and I think we're better off in this Hornet because the software updates are more. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, more updated than a Toyota or something, but the Toyota stuff, I actually can't say that. I actually can't say it's better because I haven't driven a modern Toyota. All I know is across the board, all these new modern cars and the software problems and connectivity, even though they are selling connectivity and big screens and things, it does not work seamlessly. This is why I want to give up technology, turning me into a Luddite. But yeah, mine does too. Yeah, okay. I'll not alone. Uh, Kitten Mueller replied to the thread, post your favorite pick of your Hornet. Ooh. Did she? She did. Look at that. Hot tamale. Sweet. I'm liking that. And striping for the Hornet. That is that is sweet. And hood striping. Yeah. Now we're talking. Last Hornets in the world. People are making them happen. Okay, I gotta go back again. ARC Raider replied to the thread, missing rear driver's side access cover. Oh, so there's the 4 jacking points on the bottom of the Hornet. There's skid plates that cover this, like an old race car. But underneath each of the jacking points, there's these circular things that you have to covers that you have to remove with plastic things. When we all first got our Hornets, there was one side that was on, one side that wasn't, and it's been a question of whether they will get the part for us to put the missing ones on or not, which is a we'll get it. It doesn't really matter. Has anyone had luck in getting their dealer to replace these access? No. First time I saw those covers, they were going to be a problem. Having a 2-post lift on one of my Seals for over 25 years, I'm well aware of its involved putting a vehicle on a lift safely. With that said, eventually I forgot to check and make sure they put them back on. Dealership wanted $200 to replace them. This is American. With that said, I installed a set of what's called lift pucks. They clamp onto the pinch welds where the lift arms make contact with the vehicle. They're actually for Camaro. I adopted them for my purposes, then fabricated out of ABS plastic some cover to fill the voids, and around the pucks were located the lift pucks. And now, and he also sends pictures of them, and that's exactly what we're talking about. The filler keep from them hanging the lift arms on the underside shield from ripping them off. Okay. The pucks are low enough to keep the lift arms away from ripping the rocker moldings off. By the way, the pucks are also work great for my floor jack and the jack for my spare tire too. Like, I have to like that. Thanks for the information, for sharing your experience. That's a great idea all around. The same product. Yeah, this guy's used AI or CGI, hang on, AutoCAD to make pictures of what he did. And my phone froze to show you the pictures. It's been an ongoing thing. So I gotta close that, open it again. Pictures are too big. Yeah, so those are milled aluminum, it looks like. And you don't think about this stuff until you got to pull your car over. And there's more here, actually. There's another block of text. Okay, so before all of this, I had to get my Hornet with a full size spare, and it was hard. I ended up taking it to a tire place in Victoria. He did the thing. But when the guy came out to jack the car up, because I'm like, put the tire on, make sure make sure it sits right. The young guy came out with the jack, and I'm like, well, no, there's these plates underneath there, and you got to. He said, oh, okay, I'll just do it uh, under the wheel instead of trying to take off those plates and finding the plastic screws things that plugs that go in there. So he just put it underneath the wheel hub, jacked it up, and did that. We avoided all of that. But uh, I were to take this and put it on a lift with the 4 points, I'd have to go under car on the ground, crawl on the ground, pull those things off. I had a BMW before this, and there were plates that you had to put on. I'd have to unscrew all of those jacking points, all four, and then line it up perfectly, because the lift on the hydraulic lift are just big enough to fit the circles that are on the jacking points on the Hornet. And I'm like, I would not want to be working on this car, is all I'm saying. Like, even pulling it over to the side of the road and have to switch out a spare to crawl under the ground. Like, I got a tarp in the back. I'm going to lay the tarp down first. I got to crawl under the car. I have to take a Phillips screwdriver and try to get out those pins at the wheel. Depends which wheel went flat. Take out that circular thing, get a jack under there, under the jacking point, jack the car up, and then replace it. I'm like, a simple roadside tire change has been turned into something that rich people used to phone somebody and get taken care of. Now it's on every vehicle. Now it's on every vehicle. Quick riding cars, filming and Dodge Hornet thing. Dodge Hornet Guru says like, subscribe, comment, engage in the community. Going for 1,000 subscribers, because nobody's paying for this. Not even my job. See you on the next one.